InfoHub. In our headlines, President Granger applauds Guyana's relations with the U.S., expanded Mazaruni prison to be managed by a board, more persons graduate from YEST program, and improved services for UG students. These and more when we return. Thanks for staying with us. President David Granger and U.S. Ambassador Perry Holloway have hailed the strong bilateral relations between the two countries. Zanil Williams has the details.
President David Granger said that bilateral relations between Guyana and the U.S. are strong and that the two countries share deep security cooperation.
Guyana and the USA, over the past 51 years, have enjoyed high levels of bilateral cooperation in the areas of culture, defense, economic development, education, governance, health, justice improvement, and security cooperation, and migration. Guyana and the USA also have collaborated at the regional level in the Caribbean Basin Security Initiative. We look forward to deepening this collaboration under the Caribbean 2020 multi-year strategy to increase security, prosperity, and well-being of the people of the United States and the Caribbean.
The U.S. Ambassador Perry Holloway noted that the U.S. has a number of initiatives ongoing to strengthen economical capacity.
I estimate that the U.S. Embassy employs close to 500 Guyanese when you take into account our security guard force, which is currently operated by VXL South America. And in bilateral and regional foreign assistance, we spend about $30 million U.S. in or on Guyana, or the equivalent of 6.5 billion Guyanese dollars.
Guyana and the U.S. have had diplomatic relations since August 15, 1966. The 4th of July is a federal holiday commemorating the adoption of the Declaration of Independence by the Second Continental Congress in 1776, which sought the establishment of a new nation, the United States of America. Zanil Williams for InfoHub.
Up next, Paul McAdam joins us to tell us that a new board for the planned Mazaruni prison is underway.
Minister of Public Security Kemrat Ramtatan said on Thursday that this decision was taken by Cabinet after consideration of recommendations made by Trevor Hamilton and Associates International Consultants. The selection was from one of 5 options.
Whether we privatize the prison system, whether we regionalize it, a combination of both, and whether we keep it in state hands with a board of governors. We opted for the governance structure to be in state hands with a board of governors.
Justice Duke Pollard has been tasked with getting the Prison Act amended to accommodate the prison services modernization. This plan will see Guyana's prison system being modernized in several phases. Many of the Commission of Inquiry's recommendations were implemented, Minister Ramtatan explained.
All of these things, however, cost a lot of money. We have to take care also of the consultants, the contractors, and of course the lawyers and everything that are going to, the persons who are going to be involved in this process. So I just want to make that clear, that lots of work were done to get this done for purposes of having safer and more secure place for our prisoners. And it is a major, major development that will cost major money.
It is estimated that a new state-of-the-art prison to accommodate the approximately 2,000 persons in the system will cost approximately $6 billion Guyana dollars. Paul McAdam for InfoHub.
Incoming UG students will benefit from an improved campus life. Tiffany Rodius sat with UG's Vice-Chancellor, Professor Ivelaw Griffith, and will tell us more about this improvement.
The University of Guyana is enhancing its physical environment to be more hospitable for work, study, and research.
When you come back to semester 1, you will find the George Walcott Lecture Theatre fully air-conditioned. When you come back in the next semester, you'll find a small lecture theatre fully air-conditioned.
Vice-Chancellor Professor Ivelaw Griffith said all the university's campuses will also have better ICT connectivity.
they can expect full Wi-Fi on this campus no matter wherever they go. And that is a signally important achievement.
Better dormitory facilities will also be available when the semester begins at the end of August, along with new programs.
2 days ago at the academic board, we passed a new associate degree in mining geology. We're starting a master's program in agrobusiness. We'll be starting a master's program in psychology. We passed a postgraduate program in health sciences on radiology. There's a list of new degree programs, baccalaureate and postgrad.
These improvements are part of the university's rebranding to modernize its campuses and curriculum. For the InfoHub, Tiffany Rogers.
Sonika Thorne now tells us that over 200 persons have graduated from the Youth Entrepreneurial Skills Training Program over the last 2 days.
The students graduated at Environment Irving and the Sophia Training Center yesterday and today. Permanent Secretary Melissa Tucker told the students that she is proud of their accomplishments and urged that they build themselves in their field of study.
I am almost certain that many of you knew very little or nothing about the areas you pursued, but now you are competent in these disciplines. These are all areas that attract clients. You are now marketable, so go out there and make a name for yourselves.
Assistant Director of Youth, Leslie Boyce, told the students that their attitude will determine their future, and so they need to continue to be positive and open to the working environment.
Do not be afraid of the hurdles and changes, but accept them and use them to build on. Make your instructors proud to have shared in your life. Therefore, I charge you to be respectful and disciplined at all times, to be committed and dedicated to your task, to be honest and trustworthy, to be able to always give good account of yourself.
Youth Entrepreneur Skills Training is offered to youths between the ages of 16 and 25. The program aims to provide skills training to enhance the employment opportunities of young people who have left the formal school system. Sonika Thorne for InfoHub.
A MOU to improve services was signed between the University of Guyana and the Guyana Telephone and Telegraph Company. Gabriela Patram reports.
University of Guyana students can now pay their dormitory, application, general and graduation fees using the Guyana Telephone and Telegraph GTT mobile money app. A Memorandum of Understanding MOU signed today between the University of Guyana and GTT is a new initiative to improve services, said Vice Chancellor and Principal of the University of Guyana, Ivelaw Griffith.
One is the convenience factor for the student. And the convenience factor also has a secondary benefit of a financial savings factor. Picking up on what Mr. Ned said about going to the bank, if you are a student who has to come because of work-related reality checks, make a special trip just to get your tuition payment or whatever taken care of, there is a cost to doing that, whether you have your own transportation or you have to use public transportation. So you have an opportunity to save cost and have convenience. But there's a second main benefit of this from the university vantage point. It allows us in the bursary, in the registry, to enhance the turnaround time to process your admission. So from the vantage point of the student, there are benefits. From the vantage point of the university, there are benefits in how we can enhance the service delivery to our students.
Records will be updated immediately when payments are made. Chief Executive Officer GTT Justin Ned explained the system operation.
Mobile money, how it works. It's like any app. So you go to the Android store, we're developing an Apple, or we're looking at an Apple app. You go to the Android store, download it, install it on your phone, and register with mobile money. It's a sort of a bank account. So we have very strict controls in how the money is utilized and how you can how we can identify you, because we have to report to central bank. So you register, like I said, with the Awesome team. They'll take care of each and every one of you, and it's easy as 1, 2, 3.
60% of UG current students are cash-paying students. For InfoHub, Gabriela Patram.
Thank you, Gabriela. Tiffany joins us again to report that the residents of the Ptolemy Reed Rehabilitation Center had a visit from the Spanish ambassador designate and Spain's Secretary of State for International Cooperation and Latin America.
The Spanish ambassador, Javier Carvajosa Sanchez, said the visit was to explore room for cooperation between the two countries.
Actually, this is the moment in which we have decided to give it a push, a serious push from all points of view, political, economical and social, and that is why the Secretary of State is here too.
Rehabilitation Officer Cynthia Massey said visits like last night's highlights the center's work.
We will be able to get that kind of publicity so the persons are aware of the center and what the center does.
The Latin America Secretary of State, Fernando Garcia Casas, also accompanied the ambassador on the tour.
Through our honorary council, I asked him to look for an institution doing wonderful social care and social work. And I believe we are deeply impressed from what we saw.
The Secretary of State was so impressed with a poem that was recited to him by one of the center's residents, he left his watch with her as a gift. For InfoHub, I'm Tiffany Rogers.
Before we close, Tamika Garnett joins us with the latest in sports. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to another edition of Sports Hub. Last weekend was a busy one for football in Guyana, where there was action in the Digicel Schools Football Championship, the Guinness Greatness of the Streets National Playoffs, the GT Bears Sunday Night Super Cup, and the Top Brands Corona Invitational Football Tournament. As these tournaments continue this weekend, they will now be joined by the Hamilton Green Cup Knockout Football Tournament, which starts today. Also last weekend, in squash, Guyana took quite the beating from Barbados on Saturday, ending their 12-year winning streak in the Junior Caribbean Squash Championships. Moving to swimming, a number of swimmers had remarkable performances at the July Sprint Swim Meet. Alika Passad, Leon Seaton, Leanne Winter, and Danielle Scott were just a few of the swimmers that did well. And in hockey, the Pepsi Hikers gave quite the performance when the annual Noble House Goals Galore Indoor Hockey Championship started off on Tuesday at the National Gymnasium. Turning to cricket, Guyana's boys on the 17th team rebounded with a win against Leeward Islands yesterday after opening to a 20-run loss to Windward Islands on Tuesday. Over in Barbados, at the Sir Garfield Sobers Schools Cricket Tournament, from Guyana, St. Joseph High has already picked up 2 wins, while School of the Nations opened with a loss, but took the win in their second match. On to athletics, Daniel Williams and Shantoba Bright are off in Nairobi, Kenya, representing at the World Youth Championships. Williams will be in today's boys 400-meter finals, after getting past the preliminaries and the semifinals earlier this week. The excitement for athletics continues tomorrow when the Allium Pompey Invitational returns to the National Track and Field Center. Of course, the biggest race of the day will be the Banks DIH Men's 100 meters, being headlined by world champion Kim Collins. The action gets started at 3 p.m. and you can get your ticket right at the gate.
Thanks for watching. Connect with us 24/7 on our website and social media. Have a great weekend.